long before Tesla, long before Edison. An ancient object discovered near Baghdad sparked one of archaeology's most controversial questions. Did people 2,000 years ago understand electricity, or are we projecting modern ideas onto the past? This is the story of the so-called Baghdad Battery and why scientists are still divided.
Behind every question lies discovery. I'm Saluna, and this is SciCurious, where we uncover the science shaping our world.
In the 1930s, archaeologists excavating near modern-day Baghdad uncovered a small ceramic jar. Inside it were three key components: a copper cylinder, an iron rod, and traces of an acidic residue. The artifact dates roughly to the Parthian period, between the 1st century BCE and 3rd century CE. At first glance, it looks unremarkable. But to a modern chemist, the configuration raises eyebrows. A battery, at its core, is simple. You need two different metals and an electrolyte, a liquid that allows ions to move. Copper and iron have different electrochemical potentials. Place them in an acidic solution like vinegar or wine, and a galvanic reaction occurs. Electrons flow. Electric current is generated. In laboratory tests, replicas of the Baghdad Battery can produce around 1 volt of electricity. 1 volt sounds impressive until you consider current. The replicas produce extremely low amperage, not enough to power devices, not enough to store energy efficiently. This is crucial. Electricity isn't just about voltage, it's about usable power. So if this was a battery, it wasn't powering lamps, motors, or ancient gadgets. One popular theory suggests electroplating. Electroplating uses electricity to coat objects with thin layers of metal, like gold. In theory, a weak current could deposit metal ions. But here's the problem: no wires were found. No plating babs. No clear electroplated artifacts conclusively linked to this device. From a scientific standpoint, the archaeological evidence is incomplete. Another idea suggests medical therapy or religious rituals, using mild shocks to impress or heal. But again, there is no textual evidence, no medical writings, no ritual descriptions involving electric sensation. Ancient civilizations documented rituals obsessively. If electricity played a role, we would expect some record. We find none. Many archaeologists argue the simplest explanation: it wasn't a battery at all. Similar jars were used to store scrolls, sacred liquids, or ritual objects. The acidic residue could come from organic materials. The metal components may have had structural or symbolic purposes. This interpretation requires no lost technology, no forgotten science. Yes, replicas can generate electricity, but generating electricity accidentally is not the same as understanding electricity intentionally. Nature itself creates galvanic reactions constantly in soils, in water, even inside living organisms. The key scientific question is not could it produce electricity, but was it designed for that purpose? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The Baghdad Battery reminds us how science works. We test ideas. We compare explanations. We favor interpretations with the fewest assumptions. Right now, the electrical hypothesis remains possible, but unproven. The object survives without context. No manuals, no wiring, no corroborating artifacts. And when evidence is incomplete, mystery fills the gap. Not because ancient people were incapable, but because our data is. The Baghdad Battery doesn't prove ancient electricity, but it does prove something just as powerful. Human curiosity, experimentation, and ingenuity have deep roots. Sometimes the real wonder isn't what we imagine the past could do, but how carefully science teaches us to separate fact from fascination. Subscribe for more mysteries where science meets history without the myths.
There's always more to discover. I'm Selu, and this has been SciCurious. Stay curious, and I'll see you in the next wonder.